At the very end of 2014, I learned about the Student Spaceflight Experiments Program, SSEP. It seemed a little unrealistic and extreme to try and make my school at the time, UTSonISS, participate. But when I understood that the top experiment from our community would be performed on the International Space Station, I realized this would provide the type of inspiration that I am always trying to push with my students. Microgravity experiments, in my opinion, push us to our limit. The design of this experiment, I knew, would inspire, would push them to their limit, would force creativity, especially with the parameters that we had with a small tube, no light, no heat, very little astronaut interaction. Some other problems were that we would need to raise a substantial amount of money for our high school, 31,000 Canadian at minimum. The community had to be more than 200 people, and our entire school population was just 670. The program fit in perfectly for the grade 9s because they study astronomy, but they were only 100 and I needed to involve more people. So I envisioned mentor teams where senior students would join. First, to even be a part of the program, there was the fundraising where the NCE-SSE also helped us connect with generous donors for a great portion. And the rest was raised in a school fundraiser from the Kickstarter, where we were successful. The amount of work was incredible, and I was very lucky that I had wonderful colleagues and very eager student teachers working with the school that did a great deal of work in helping set up the Google platform we built for the collaborative work.
When I first heard of SSEP, I knew I wanted to get involved. The project was so innovative, intriguing, and unique that it just pulled me right in. As I got to work with some of the students and read through the evolution of their papers, it was so inspiring as an educator to see the boundaries that these students were pushing.
When given the opportunity, students can do a lot with what they're given. If they're given some very great feedback, if they have great teachers working with them, they can produce a lot of things.
Was it worth it? Well, we had 200 students involved vigorously and collaboratively on designing unique projects. They were linked with many people in the industry and learned a great deal about research, where many continue to work with those groups, including branching projects and 3D printers. They thought our projects were at a postdoc level. They thought we were cheating. Most importantly, here are some words from just some of the participating students on how this impacted them.
For me, SSEP was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I am one of the mentors of the winning team, and we're looking at muscular atrophy in astronauts using the model organism C. elegans. Through this experience, I've learned so much about experimental design, how to work in a team to find solutions, and how to look at a problem from different angles to find new ideas.
I learned how to work in a lab, develop experiments, and perform them to get the best results. This opportunity was truly inspiring, and I'm so glad to be part of it.
SSEP has been an awesome scientific experience because not only is it challenging, but it has meaning in the real world outside of the classroom. I've learned a lot throughout the process about the patience and determination it takes to follow through on an experiment.
By being involved in a project such as SSEP, I had the chance to experience the rigorous scientific process in the real world. From brainstorming possible ideas to meeting with professionals to form preliminary experiments, I learned what it means to truly pursue a career in science today.
What I most liked about SSEP was that it forced me to work around limitations inherent to the experiment, and that through the process of developing an idea, I was able to come up with better insights. Receiving comments and other input from researchers in the field also proved to be very valuable.
What we have learned the most is that inspiration is the key for some pretty amazing outcomes.